the most recent episode of The Boost, you guys talked about faceless, voiceless channels. Travis asked why people will go down this route. As someone who runs such a channel, I thought I could share my perspective. Never Made Movies is about creating trailers for movies that never existed. If you've seen Grindhouse movies, and you'll know the type of thing I'm talking about, sort of random weird stuff that would always pop up in the VHS rental store from a mom and pop store back in the day. I actually do remember those. Mad Max movies with men in silver jumpsuits and pew pew lasers, and surreal Italian horror movies, and cheap gimmick laden slashers, and bad Conan the Barbarian ripoffs. I mean, yeah, these are all things. As you can imagine, there's no way it'd be possible to create such micro movies in a regular shooting process, so I rely on AI tools. Like many of us who create AI videos, take pride in the process of crafting genuinely well-intentioned content with the goal of engaging and entertaining an audience the same way as, quote, regular channels. The only difference is, instead of appearing on channel and talking, I use AI imagery. I understand it's not for everyone, and that a lot of YouTube AI is nothing but cynical, soulless attempt to make money, but I just want to point out some of us are passionate about creating. I love that. So this makes sense, and this is why I asked the audience, because I knew there was probably some situation where not having your voice or your face on a channel still made sense creatively. That speaks to me. So I was really glad to hear that. What did you think about that?
If I'm to be the arbiter of this, which I'm not, if this is the proper way to use AI to make videos, because I like it better, right? Like, they're using the tools to make something that they couldn't otherwise make. There's a lot of controversy around this topic. It's a very nuanced topic, and I think the internet is doing its regular thing where it's trying to paint it black and white, but it's having trouble. I'm noticing when people argue about this on social media, they're having trouble because so many people have something they can find a use for AI in their regular day-to-day lives. So people go at it, but like, you're not seeing as much hate because it's like, I do kind of use it for this though. I think what people want, and the reason this discussion is important, is because people want to make sure that we are using the tools in a way that does not like harm human creativity. And when I say harm, what I mean is, if you are using AI to replace somebody who could have like had some kind of job for it, this is just one example, then people will see that as like a negative use of AI tools. But I would say in this creator's case specifically, they were never going to hire a team to make these little movies. These were never jobs that were going to exist. And so that argument kind of falls apart. But there's, I know there's way more sides to it. I know there's a lot of different points people can bring up. Let's try not to like go down that road. I've seen all the conversations, et cetera, et cetera. My point is, I like this better than the people who use it to literally just make money, but that's always existed on YouTube. That's been a quote problem before AI. I say quote because some people do watch that content and like it, right? The big thing that I've come to understand about creating on YouTube in a space where people are making content I may or may not agree with is that it is a platform for everyone. If you say those words, YouTube's a platform for anyone, they'll agree with you and they'll be like, they'll see that as a positive. Forgetting the fact though that like that comes with negatives. There will be content on YouTube that you do not like. You wish it was not here. As long as it's not violating YouTube's terms, it's here anyway. That is like the real big thing that I think has made me calm about the issue. I used to be like, I can't believe people would make this content and put on YouTube if it wasn't breaking the rules and no one's getting hurt, and that's of course another debate. It depends on what the content's about. Sometimes you will find videos that you don't like. The thing you do is you tell YouTube to stop recommending you content like that and you move on. The more people get upset, the harder it is to make content yourself. If you are a content creator getting upset about this, you are not in your lane right now. You are upset about what someone else is doing and you're not worried about you making content that you believe in. If you feel like it's a fight, the best way to fight against it is to just make things that you believe in and you think are good. Eventually, before you know it, you will have surrounded yourself with people that not only enjoy your content, but perhaps other creators who make similar content. And you will find yourself in a community of people who are way more positive because they're not focused on the noise on YouTube that they don't like. They're focused on what y'all are focused on. And that's the real message here. Whether or not you agreed with some of the things that's about AI or whatever, like there's always content on YouTube. It's always been this way. This is way before AI. Always been content on these platforms that some people don't like and it becomes a hot button thing. Keep going.